Rangers' win rate has been suffering dramatically. So I think Onic might be taking this one. Either way, ready to be proven wrong here. Still looking for the revenge matchup. So anything can happen. Leo and Seiya, go ahead, take it away.
Thank you so much, Rockheart, Nomad, and Butters. Once more, it's Leo and Seiya calling the action. This is Mplph versus Bren Esports. It's do or die for both teams right here. And there was a lot to be said about that draft. Bren Esports taking out the Granger and Mplph here fielding the Natalia. Seiya, what are your thoughts before going into this last matchup in the lower bracket finals?
Very interesting, but I will be trusting my gut and going for Mplph simply because this Ranger has this time limit in terms of being effective. So if ever Mplph utilizes that expiration, I think they could have this game.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Mplph, their draft is very season 5, but it's very season 5, but take this with a grain of salt. It might just crumble, you know. But check this out down bottom. Oh wow, they make few pay for overextending into that minion wave. I love it. Look at this now. Bren Esports securing their own purple, and Butters was right. I just have to agree with him with that. It's a battle of vision, and right now it looks like the Natalia is doing more work. It's carrying more of her load on Jay, given that execution, and of course how much faster she is, because Selena here on Doc Rebo, he has to actually move into the place and plant it. Sure, you can leave it and then be useful elsewhere, but I think the Natalia is just a little bit more lethal. Like, you can confirm more kills that way.
Basically, Selena's potential and Natalia's kinetic. That's kind of the difference.
Yes,
in terms
energy.
of reward.
In energy, yes.
Yes, and so going back right here, this can be both a pro and a con depending on the game style that both of our teams are going to execute right here. But for now, it looks like Venus here is being harassed by Coco and Karltzy, which is a few pokes right there. And that was good sidestepping to avoid that arrow, because if it hits, that could be a pick-off for the side of Bren Esports.
And look at this now. Now, nice takeout by Selena.
Yeah.
Now Jay looking really low. Gonna force the issue here onto Karltzy. I think it's gonna be worth it. Down goes Jay. Coco survives with just a sliver of health left. And that was a messy trade, but a good one nonetheless for Mplph as they still stay on top of things. 2-1 here against Bren Esports. Oh, Dilar, nice jump. Just missing that arrow from Rebo by about 6 feet. That's what I think it is on the map.
Yes, Leo, I will agree with you on that. And if you notice onto the top side, yes, it was messy, but at the same time, there was a certain amount of time wherein they had to wait. Oh, okay, who's gonna get this? Who's gonna get this? So that I find it a bit interesting there onto the top, but nonetheless, Bren Esports managed to still get their turn earlier. But onto the bottom side, however, Coco was annihilated by, if I'm not mistaken, that was the kill of my Venus there, or the Toms. But again, still going back, that was a good pick-up for Mplph, and then will transition themselves to guard the main objectives, which is the turtle.
And it looks like Venus again, once more on his modus operandi, just making sure to stay around the river and provide support where it's needed and call the shots. Jay here caught out in the middle of 4 wild charge on there by Lasty. Down he goes. Karltzy gets the kill. Dilar might be up next on the docket, and this is going to be Mplph retreating just to save their lives. Not going to be able to contest this turtle, not as well as they could have, as Iapnu stays up top. The clear minion waves. Karltzy is securing that turtle, and it looks like he gets Dilar. Down he goes. Death Sonata to the face, converting into this crab coin right here, and just barely saving their own turret.
Beautiful, because I think what went wrong for the side of Natalia right there is because he wasn't able to go into the brush to activate the invisibility kit that he has. Hence, of course, once you spot someone in a very sticky situation, you want to go for that kill, and that's what Bren Esports did. And so far, objective-wise, Carl TZ here doing really good with the pushes, but on to the other side of Last Insanity will be used to harass and shove away the members of Bren, but with the Guardian's Barrier pinned down, the X-Borg and will be the sacrificial lamb.
Oh, down goes Venus again. Although it's his first death in the game, I think that could be the beginning of the end if it keeps happening. All right, this is shades of game 2, but nonetheless, I think Venus learned his lesson from game 2 and is now just taking more pickoffs from closer points of their map that is nearer to the top tower and bottom. But they lost the bottom turret. And it looks like Dilar wants to finish the job down there. I think they need to be able to breathe, all right? To let Wise breathe, they need to start clearing turrets as well.
I think with the Natalia, because if you notice, I think if he wants to transition himself into a different position, he has to make sure that he is invisible, or so that he won't really get spot out, so that Bren Esports won't have a clue that he's in the vicinity. But yeah, like you said, Wise needs some space right here to really compensate for the losses for the first 5 minutes. Oh, sure, it's not that big just yet. But with these skirmishes fights that Bren Esports is, possessing with and getting these kills all through, this could really go haywire. This could stack. This could escalate.
Yup, oh look at this Dilar getting bursted down. Gonna be able to out the sickles to get some movement speed, and he's gonna live another day. That was close, Seiya. That was close. Mini heart attack moment there.
Really? Because Dilar was super sexy there. It was a very, centimeter away from that arrow of Selena.
Yeah. Oh, but look at this now. Nice revenge up top. Coco goes down. Jay and Iaknu tag teaming the big boy upstairs. And right now it looks like Lasty and Carl TZ are waiting once more to dismantle X-Borg. That is Venus. But again, he learned from game 2. Gonna keep himself safe. And there you go. The first turret for Onic up top. Look at down bottom. It's still not down. Look at that.
Yeah, a pinch of hell for that bottom turret there for Bren Esports. But I think that will be beneficial for later, because I think from certain times of this game, it's either the Toms who will be having that another potential split push, if ever so, that Onic can drive a fight here onto the top side. But speaking of fights, look at that beautiful checker right there, and Selena will be having that cleanup, but Rebo having a low pinch of health, still safe, but I think Jay will be able to spot a Rebo right here. Will be going for a turret time.
Hello.
Yes, no, that was a bit too late. A bit of a delay reaction for the side of Natalia right there, but nonetheless, it was still a good job to actually get that kill, because you really want to, deny the Rebo here from scaling through and through, and that death timer is actually, I guess, pretty decent enough.
Sure, you take what you can in that situation, but I think it was which one of the lesser evil would you have had? And between diving under turret and dodging death sonatas, Jay did his best. All right, we just say Jay did his best. But right now, man, all first tier turrets have been taken out on the side of Onic and so far so good. I guess it's not over till it's over, because Wise here can still work something out. But Iaknu getting hit right there with a wild charge to the face. Few gets the last touch. Rebo gonna be next. He's still alive though. Don't worry. In comes Onic, but they're protecting Selena so well. Down goes Carl TZ. Gonna go first. Few as well. Wise gets his first kill, and I think Lasty's gonna be next. That's a double for the carry. 3 for 1, and they're gonna convert into this turtle. What a nice play by Onic. I think they're back, but not just yet. But they're back.
Yes, this is the exchange for that top team fight right there onto the side of Onic. Okay, sure, you are going to get a kill from us, but in exchange we will be transitioning over to the objective plus 2 kills to boot. And this will be the instant replay of that. We are now seeing that Rebo is a very low pitch of health. Last Insanity is used to actually get and dwindle all the HP of both Esmeralda and Carl TZ. And like what you mentioned, they are really good at protecting Rebo, but you have to take into consideration that if you don't protect Granger as well, that is going to be very difficult. Because if you don't protect your core damager, that is not gonna give him some time to really go for economy.
Yeah. Not just yet ahead is what I meant, but they're back in the game. And I think as we paused, we did see Onic get ahead in net worth by about 1,000 gold. So with that turnaround, in that single moment that they were able to capitalize on a well-placed last insanity from Venus, I think they were able to secure the turtle. I didn't see just clearly. But yeah, given this, again, say it's the last game in the lower bracket finals. It's a coin toss.
Yes.
Oddly enough, Bren Esports is doing well with the Granger. We've seen the Granger fall off in season 5, but here oddly it's working well enough because of just that, the vision provided by Selena and the threat of the jungle. Those little corridors, those work well for Granger because he can do what we call in ML wall banging. It's something that you do in other games, like mostly first-person shooters, wherein you shoot through walls, right? But here, wall banging is essentially doing Death Sonata with a wall against you, so you can let out your rounds faster, right? So you're wall banging here with the Granger, and I think we've seen it once or twice in the short time we've had in this mid-game matchup, but oh wow, most definitely still a coin toss for me. Wise hasn't died though, and Venus hasn't been falling prey to game 2's mistakes. So say I gotta ask you here, is Granger back? Do you think Granger has recovered? Can we expect him even in the grand finals, or is this just Bren doing their all-star trigger? They're using the most of their all-star energy.
To me, I think this is just really Bren, absorbing the energy they have and just using Granger to its maximum efficiency. And you have to take note, this is in the hands of Carl TZ. And Carl TZ has already, embedded his mark in terms of using the heroes that he have. But going back to the game here, Leo, I think this is just Bren doing Bren things and not necessarily Granger really back into our season.
Mm-hmm. But again, any kind of change is good, right? But look at this now, real quick fight happening. Dilar bursting down Carl TZ, popping the Inferno, saving himself, and there's another kill for Onic. Down goes the good doctor, revenge kill on to Venus. That's some delayed damage right there, but few gonna go down. Wise says, get back here and good night. And I think this is good distraction by Dilar as he walks right through mid. They're gonna convert straight into a push up top. They're clear all the way, I think, especially with 15 seconds off of the death timers on Bren Esports. Oh
Yes.
wow, was that a purple take? Who took the purple? Did you see that? I think they're invading as well.
Yeah, they are. They are going to invade as well right here. But I wasn't able to see clearly as well. But going back here, Mplph slowly taking advantage of the map control that they have, stealing resources to and fro. And onto the bottom side, I saw the Natalia and the Thamus together getting that orange buff. So that was also good decision making for the side of Mplph. And here, it looks kind of pretty well because Wise is now being given the space that initially was lacking into the early phases of our game.
Yeah. Remember earlier when we talked about how like the funnel meta is starting to slowly change?
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed Bren Esports, I think they're only rocking 2 masks. 2 or 3 masks.
Oh.
It's not a fun lineup at all. So real quick, fight's gonna break out here in the river. Flicker used by Venus. Safe, alright? Bren Esports, you can't use the same trick. You can't try to break down Venus just like that again and again. But look at this. Wise is so far from the pack. Can they contest this? Down goes Rebo. Dilar makes him pay. Cotton Inferno keeping him alive. Venus taken down by few from the back. Falling Star Moon already used up. Dilar gonna bite down onto Coco. Yaknu with the smart missile. Oh. Wise just working hard. It's a dirty job. Someone's gotta do it. They're able to penetrate Bren Esports' base. They didn't even knock. They went straight for the refrigerator. And Wise is blasting down Coco and Few. They're not able to fight back. There are some minions, not many, but some. And Wise takes down 1. Can he take down Lasty 2? Lasty with just a sliver of health left. Ladies and gentlemen, the base was almost gonna get mowed down if they didn't clear the minion waves. What a Hail Mary play by Onic.
Mplph inflicting the mistake that once happened to them to Bren Esports to potentially lock in this game number 3. And that was really good decision making for Onic, really distracted them onto the Lord side. But here, Wise being stealthy onto the backlines. And we said this is a battle of vision, but Wise here was able to really, go in a blind spot.
You know how I said Onic PH went straight for the fridge and they went into Bren Esports home? This is literally them also just getting their cake and eating it too, because they also have Lord, which is now marching through top, and not to mention they got like 2 or 3 free kills from that engage. So, now that push is happening, it's so real. Saya, a rematch from Season 4 might just happen. But again, let's not count out Bren Esports. There's the last insanity. Firaga armor popped off. Lord gonna be taken out here. Oh no, Count Easy looking really low. They're gonna go for this. Few goes down. The turret is the next on the docket, ladies and gentlemen. Venus barely alive. There you go. Happy defense time for Bren Esports. Only 4 members left for them to defend. What's next? There's some minions.
This is gonna be a good time for Onic to really push the base right here. Leo, look at this. The health starts dwindling in